Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. It's time for another GoBots review, and since this is a special month for my Transformer reviews, I thought I'd extend the same for my GoBots. So this month we're going to take a look at two GoBots that were available as kids' meal toys. We're going to start off as usual with a Renegade. This is Pow Wow. Pow Wow would be available in 1985 as a kids' meal toy at Wendy's restaurants. So he would only be available for about a month before disappearing entirely. Although Pow Wow would turn up many years later as a toy that could be purchased through Kool-Aid. Something that many of you youngsters out there probably don't realize is back in the 1980s we had a lot of things that offered us points for purchase, such as you've seen with my Transformer reviews. I show off the robot points. If you were to save those up, you could buy, with a little bit of money, certain special toys. Hasbro was big on that, as was Kool-Aid. Obviously what they got was a little bit of overstock of unused toys that Wendy's didn't get rid of, and so they put them out for sale for themselves in the late 80s or early 90s. But at any rate, let's take a look here at Pow Wow. He's all plastic, so there's no metal in him, which is a bit of a downside, but as he was made in-house by Tonka, not by Bandai that made the originals, he's actually pretty sturdy plastic, too. So he will be able to take a fair amount of punishment, which is pretty surprising when you consider that this was a kid's meal toy. At any rate, let's take a look at his articulation, and he really doesn't have that much in him, as it's just basically in his arms, and his arms just basically fold down against his body, but that's more for converting him into his alternate mode than it is for any other practical uses. Of course, paint wear is a constant concern on a toy like Pow Wow. There's this yellow paint that's on his eyes and here on the chest. That's all paint, so it can scratch off. So if you've got one that's in very excellent shape like this, it's definitely a truly worthy find. Now, at any rate, let's convert Pow Wow. According to the instructions, how you convert him is you first push his head in like so, and then we will scoot in his legs like so, and then you fold down his arms. And then we'll turn him over, and here he is in his alternate mode, which is listed as a camper. And of course, then again, you got this silver paint here on the windows. Show you all the windows. The back ones, for whatever reason, are unpainted, which is a bit of a disappointment. None of the rear windows are painted. He's on all plastic wheels. How well does he roll? Pretty good. See? There he just went, past the camera. Rolls pretty good for a little cheap kids' meal toy. Now, as many of you would probably be expecting, this would be about the part where I would tell you my thoughts, since he obviously doesn't have any loose parts. But we're not going to get to that yet. We've got a bonus to go with him. Thanks to a lucky trip to the flea market, I happen to have one still on its packaging. Now, ain't that a beauty? Up here you can see up here, It's got the Wendy's logo to show that this was one of the originals from Wendy's. The Kool-Aid issued ones, I believe, came in a bag, if my memory is correct. And of course, you got the official GoBots logo here. And over here it has Pow Wow, Renegade Robot Camper. And the usual warning that it's not intended for a child under 3, but of course down here at the bottom, ages 3 and up. Of course, since this toy doesn't really have any loose parts, about the only thing they'd have to worry about is that they could break the wheels off. But as an added bonus, you take a look here at the back. It has a bio for Pow Wow. This was something that the other GoBot toys were lacking. It wasn't until 1986 that Tonka finally decided to put a bio on the packaging for their GoBot toys. But it would not be for the small GoBots, it would be for all the large GoBot toys. So this gives you an idea as to who Pow Wow is. It says here, Pow Wow's mission is to claim Earth as renegade territory. He's not afraid of anyone or anything, especially a guardian. He's cunning and sneaky. Pow Wow pretends to be a friendly GoBot, but he's really a renegade in disguise. So that gives you a little bit of information. It's not the greatest per se, but it gives you the idea that Pow Wow here is probably acting as a double agent. So that gives him a little bit of a fleshed out character. It makes him a little more interesting than a lot of the other GoBots. You at least know something about him. And then down here, there goes my phone again. Hold on. Okay, now that we're done dealing with people that shouldn't be calling here. So we got some simple to follow instructions here. And down here at the bottom, we get all the trademark information. And of course, made in Japan to the specifications of Tonka Corporation. And of course, we have Tonka's logo over here in the bottom. So these are official GoBot products. Now we'll get down to my thoughts. What do I think of Pow Wow? Well, despite the obvious cheapness in how he is made, I'm going to put Pow Wow as a top tier toy. His alternate mode, while basic, it gets the job done, and it would be something that would blend in pretty well here on Earth. He'd be able to hide in plain sight, and by being a camper, he could get into more remote areas with ease, and in a lot of cases, most people wouldn't even pay a second glance at him. What really helps sell this toy, in my eyes, is the bio on the back of the packaging. It lists something about him and gives him a clearly defined role that he likes to pretend to be a guardian. So more than likely, you can easily see Pow Wow here being a double agent. Somebody that's sent in to infiltrate the ranks of the Guardians and learn some of their plans, then sneak off and inform those plans to Psykill and the Renegades. So that alone in unto itself gives Pow Wow a little more play value than a lot of the other GoBot toys that were available. And that alone, that already screams more imagination and more fun out of him, to be honest with you, my friends. I mean, granted, yes, a lot of people would dismiss him simply because he's a kid's meal toy. Why would anybody want him? But when you look at the fact that there is an actual bio about him, that makes him a little bit more important of a character. And certainly a worthy addition to any Renegade army. So, yeah, I'm going to go top tier on this one. And that concludes my review of the Renegade Robot Pow Wow. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below and join up within our ranks. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be notified as future videos get posted. Please also consider sharing your thoughts about Pow Wow in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I'll catch you all later.